Okay. Right, Aliko, for the last year we have been talking on and off about this very ambitious project. I mean, we all knew you as a cement man, the man who making cement everywhere in Africa. And suddenly we hear that you became an oil man. And in oil, you went into most complicating area. You did not buy a block of oil from the government.
We are there also.
You are also there?
Yes.
Okay.
We bought 2 blocks from Shell.
You got 2 blocks over there. Okay. People think that's easy, but you get a block, and if you discover something, you sell it to one of the oil majors, and you make your money, and you go to Regent's Park or Surrey in London. And we have many of those guys in London.
We have. Yes.
But you are doing something very unusual. You decided to build one of the largest industrial facilities in the world, actually, not only in Africa. It's a huge undertaking. What is the capital cost of this project you're doing?
Well, in that particular location, we are spending about 12 to 13 billion dollars.
12 and 13. You heard this number?
12 to 13.
12, 13 billion dollars.
Yes.
And this means you are betting everything. You're betting your shirt on this, correct?
Well, I'm betting quite a lot. Yes.
You're betting quite a lot in
Quite
this.
a lot. No
And,
issue, yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. But can you tell us what exactly this you are doing and why it's costing all this amount of money?
Well, actually, thank you very much, Mo. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this Mo Ibrahim's weekend. It's a great pleasure to be here. Yesterday, I was actually sweating when there was an accident, going to the airport.
Where? In
London.
In London. Okay, you were in London, I said.
Yeah, because Stansted Airport closes at 10. I said that, well, if I'm not able to make it,
I will never talk to you again.
I know, and that's more expensive than my project.
You know why this guy is charming, Anyway, thank you very much.
So really, what we have today, Mo, is that we have almost about 5 major projects. We have the refinery, which is 650,000 barrels per day.
650,000
barrels per day. We have the petrochemical, which is 1.3 million tons of polypropylene polyethylene, which will make us second largest exporter of petroleum products in sub-Saharan Africa after Sasol. Then we have 3 million tons of urea and ammonia, which is fertilizer. And also we have the gas pipeline. But the 3 have actually moved very, very fast. And then we have the cement. We are doing about $2 billion worth of expansion in the cement. And then agriculture, we have, rice, 1 million tons, which we are building with integrated power, because we are in the localities where we are going to, process, do parboiling. The rice we eat is different than the rice here in Côte d'Ivoire. We eat parboiled rice, so you have to boil the rice and do, the process. With all this, the most challenging one, which is really very good, is the refinery. It has opened our eyes to see the lack of infrastructure in, Africa.
Now, let us dissect. We're going to do a forensic audit of what you are doing now.
Okay.
So let's take it one by one.
One by one, all right.
Okay. This big refinery and associated installations you are making, can you describe it to us? What is exactly, is it just some pipes bringing crude and you are refining this and then pumping it back, or what do you have to do?
We have, the refinery is actually on first of all, let me tell you the challenges and what we are facing. It's just outside Lagos. We took up a land which is about 2.7 million square meters.
2.7 million.
Square meters is huge. is massive. Internal roads alone, we have 136 drainage, some of them as wide as 40 meters. We have 200 kilometers. And it's all fenced.
240 kilometers of roads you have to create?
No, 136 kilometers of roads. So by drainage, we have about 213 or so of drainage. But the most challenging is that, the land, it was just a jungle, it was a mangrove. Marshland. We have to remove all the trees.
You have to clear
it, and then we pump 65 million, cubic meters of sand, which is quite a lot. We have to bring the two world's biggest dredgers to work there continuously for almost about 10, 11 months.
So you get this sand from the seabed?
From the sea, yes, from the sea into the land.
Okay.
And, so when we finish that, we are now faced with the quality of the soil that we have. Our refinery, not the fertilizer, the refinery section alone has the highest number of piles you can find anywhere in the world, which is 136,000 piles. It's huge. It's 100, so everything about this refinery is very, very huge. You can see the regenerator, which they are showing here.
Can we have some? What's that?
Yes, this one is weighing 3,000 metric tons.
You have to generate your own power?
No. This regenerator, it regenerates the crude.
You generate
the crude.
Okay.
Yes. So. So we have this, but the real challenge of the project is that we have to build our own port, because none of the ports in Nigeria can actually take the weight.
Thing. Where do you get this from?
This is from Hyundai, Korea.
From Korea?
Yeah.
And Korea. You managed to ship it all the way from Korea
yes,
to...
we have actually 7 of these.
Okay.
This is the biggest, then we have another smaller ones. And this thing has to be rolled out. And so the ports in Nigeria, the heaviest equipment they can take might be maybe 150 tons or so. And then we are faced with the roads. If you look at what this one is going to go on now, they put on this thing.
And what
we have to build a special road for all our equipment to be able to pass.
What is this creature?
Which one is that?
Well,
the other one. Okay, the other one is the heaters.
Filters.
Filters and heaters. They are the same.
Okay, to ensure the flow.
The flow of the oil, to heat it up, and so we have a lot of various. We have an equipment, single one, which is 42-story building. You
showed me some pictures of massive cranes. You said you have to get some of the world's biggest.
There are only 3 of them available in the world. There are 5,000 tons crane.
5,000 tons.
Yes, so that one you have to book maybe a year and a half, 2 years in advance, because there are only 3 in the world.
The whole world.
Yeah, in the whole world. Yeah, there are only.
You have photographs of this stuff?
Yeah, this is it. This is the crane. This one crane is huge.
That's the crane.
Yes, it has not been fully assembled. This crane has equipment over 205 containers, which they have to couple, together. So these are some of the, Is
this accommodation or what you are
building? No. These are the heaters.
I thought you were doing real estate as well. No,
it's not real estate. No, it's not real estate. But the site, we have over 30 kilometers of fencing.
30 kilometers of fence.
Concrete fencing at the site. So we have quite a lot of challenge. But what this will give us at the end of the day is to give us, 650,000 barrels of, crude processing, and total number of products that will produce will be about 32 million tons. So 32 million tons, it means that Nigeria will actually be one of the largest exporters in Africa of petroleum products. So what we are trying to do is to do exactly like what we did in cement. Nigeria used to be number 2 in the world after US in cement importation. And now Nigeria, was self-sufficient. And by this year, Nigeria will be the largest exporter of cement in Africa.
Okay.
With 8 million tons of expansion.
Right, but I think this wonderful. This is a courageous man to put all, he bet the bank and everything on such a massive technological projects, which in Africa we're not famous for. We always go for the soft stuff. And I'm not aware of any major private investment in Africa at that scale.
No, never.
Which is funded by local people.
Yes.
And that's it. Can you give him a hand, really, for what he's doing?
Thank
you. Now, we come to cement. I know you have a number of cement facilities. In how many countries you are producing?
Well, 14 in total, the operational one.
14.
We have about 11, then we have about 3 new countries.
Now, let me ask you a question. You had to do 14 factories.
No, more than 14 factories, 14 countries.
14 countries, so you have more than one?
Some countries we have, like in South Africa we have 2. In Nigeria we have 3, we are building the 4th one. Let me give you the scale of our industries. Like in Nigeria, we have one single location which we are producing about 13 million tons, which is
13 million tons.
13 today, but by end of this year it will be 16, which is by far outstripping the whole production of South Africa.
So you're going to end up producing more than South Africa?
In that location alone, yes.
Just one location?
Just one location, yes.
South Africans watch out. You guys are
they don't need to watch out. I'm there
becoming
also.
History. Yeah.
So we have in Zambia, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Congo, Brazzaville, So most of the countries, were there. In Cameroon, we're actually building another 3 million tons here in
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah. Côte d'Ivoire, just about an hour, from here.
Now, strategically, when you start to build this empire of cement manufacturing, are you, of course, you're looking at markets, etc., and raw materials and transport, but was it necessary to build in 14 countries? Couldn't you build in 4 or 5 key locations and then transport to other countries? Or are the custom barriers forcing you to put factories sometimes where it is not optimum to do so?
Well, there are several reasons. One of the reasons, first, is that it is not easy to move around.
It's not easy to move around?
It's not easy to move around, that's number one. Number two, it depends on the country, whether they have limestone, which is our key raw material.
That's what I thought. Some location will be more...
Yeah, it depends. Like now, let me give you an example, because you've talked about movement within Africa.
Yeah.
Take, for instance, our factory in Nigeria, which is in a place called Igbeshi. It's not far away from Obasanjo's house.
Okay.
Yeah?
You put it there because of Obasanjo?
No. It's because of the limestone, actually. Okay. So we have the factory there. We are only 28 kilometers into Republic of Benin. But Republic of Benin, they don't allow us to take cement into, Benin Republic. But they import from China.
Why?
It's one of the areas that I keep always discussing with my very good friend Vera. I'm sure she's somewhere here. And I always tell Vera, please, can you make the regional markets in Africa to work before we go to AFCFTA?
Now, let me just get to the bottom of this. Could it be the Chinese cement cheaper than your cement?
No. It's whatever. If the market is selling for 0, we're willing to compete at 0. So we'll just take and sell.
So you are happy to compete at price?
No. It's not about competition. It's about allowing us to go in.
So how come they allow Chinese and not allow Nigerians?
Honestly, Mo, you should ask the president of the country. He will give you.
Do you have anybody from Benin here? No?
I'm sure nobody will rise up his hand. Do you?
Nobody from Benin.
Nobody from Benin?
Where? Okay, why are you doing that? No answer. Please, when you go home, ask why are you doing something silly like that? I mean, if it's cheaper, I understand, but if it's not cheaper, why?
Because
why?
really, the AFC, CTA is a very, very good, thing to, But my issue is that even if we sign, what about the implementation? We are very good at designing programs and whatever, but implementation is key, which is really missing.
Because we talked about free trade areas.
Yes.
ECOWAS talked about borderless region. Is that happening in reality or not?
Well, actually, it's not happening in reality, because the biggest issue that you have is...
Now, we come to cement. I know you have a number of cement facilities. In how many countries you are reducing?
Well, 14 in total, the operational one.
14.
We have about 11, then we have about 3 new countries.
Now, let me ask you a question. You had to do 14 factories.
No, more than 14 factories, 14 countries.
14 countries, so you have more than one?
Countries we have, like in South Africa we have 2. In Nigeria we have 3, we are building the 4th one. Let me give you the scale of our industries. Like in Nigeria, we have one single location which we are producing about 13 million tons, which is
13 million tons.
13 today, but by end of this year it will be 16, which is by far outstripping the whole production of South Africa.
So you're going to end up producing more than South Africa?
In that location alone, yes.
Just one location?
Just one location, yes.
South Africans watch out. You guys are...
They don't need to watch out. I'm there
becoming
also.
History, yeah.
So we have in Zambia, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Congo, Brazzaville, So most of the countries, were there. In Cameroon, we're actually building another 3 million tons here in
Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah. Côte d'Ivoire, just about an hour, from here.
Now,